Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chickens Insight podcast. I'm Cortney.
And I'm Matt.
Today's episode, we're talking about something we see every season, customers branching out beyond chickens for the first time.
Yeah, especially with ducklings, goslings, and Guinea keets. People are interested in them, but they're usually surprised by how different they are from chicks.
We're covering the biggest misconceptions, what first-time buyers overlook, and some important seasonal ordering windows people tend to miss.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, Matt. So what's one of the biggest misconceptions people have about Guinea keets compared to chicks?
Okay, so honestly, one of the biggest surprises for people is realizing Guinea keets don't really behave like chickens at all. A lot of customers think they'll just act like chickens with a slight different look or sound, but that's not really the case. So Guinea keets are much more sensitive when they're young, especially in the first few weeks. Temperature, drafts, and brooder setup matter a lot more than people expect. And small mistakes can stress them out quickly. They're also way more active and faster moving than chicks, so instead of settling down, they're constantly on the move, which can make them harder to manage for beginners. On top of that, their behavior is very alert and instinct driven, so even as babies, they act more like wild birds in a tight flock, like always reacting to sound and movement. So overall, they need a bit more attention and patience early on compared to regular chicks.
Yeah, great job, Matt. And I think people underestimate how much more active and reactive they are compared to standard chicks. This actually pairs well with some of our care guide content about brooding different poultry species separately and setting realistic expectations.
All right, Courtney, what's different right from day one when customers bring ducklings or goslings home?
Usually, the first thing we explain is that ducks and geese change the entire brooder environment compared to chicks. So we don't recommend that you brood them with chicks. I always tell our customers brooding ducks or geese with chicks, they like a messy environment, which gets the chickens sick. So waterfowl brooders get messy much faster. They like to play in the water. They like, just a more messy environment. So different feed requirements, especially the niacin support for the ducks. Lower heat needs than chicks because their bodies are bigger. And then water management is important to prevent chilling. Also, you got to think with the ducks, the water logging. So we recommend that the first hour that we're taking the water away after the first 20 minutes so they don't just sit there and drink. So if you've seen that happen before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Customers often assume they need swimming water immediately. They don't have the feathers to swim right off the back. So you want to wait until you are introducing them to a body of water.
Right, especially the water situation. A lot of first-time buyers are surprised by how quickly things get wet. We talk about separate brooding setups and waterfall feed recommendations.
We've covered some of the biggest care misconceptions already. And next, we're getting into the questions customer support hears all season long.
Yeah, especially around realistic expectations, seasonal ordering windows, and whether these birds actually fit someone's setup.
But before we jump into the next topic, especially the seasonal ordering window customers tend to miss, here's a quick reminder from Valley Hatchery.
Hey, this is Courtney, Customer Support Manager here at Valley Hatchery. Quick reminder before we keep going. The moment your chicks arrive, get them into a pre-warmed brooder, then call us right away. Do not wait until the next morning. That first 24 hours is the window that matters most. Weak chicks, lethargy, anything that does not look right. We need to hear from you immediately. Our number is 1-800-652-7606. If we are assisting other customers, please leave a voicemail and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Valley Hatchery has been shipping NPIP certified day-old chicks since 2009. Our team has walked thousands of customers through their first delivery. We know exactly what your birds have been through to reach you, and we know how to help. Phone lines closed? Email us. Your message will not sit until Monday. We monitor email every single day, weekends included, anytime. Here is what every first-time mail order buyer needs to understand. Mail order chicks are not the same as locally hatched birds. They have traveled. They are tired. Getting that first 24 hours right takes expert guidance, and that is exactly what we are here to give you. And before delivery day, make sure you have downloaded our free chick care guide at valleyhatchery.com. It walks you through everything from day 1 to week 6, so nothing catches you off guard. Our support does not end at checkout. We are with you until your flock is fully grown and thriving. Because at Valley Hatchery, we believe that getting your chicks is just the beginning.
All right, let's get back into it because this next part is something first-time waterfowl buyers really need to hear.
All right, Matt. So how do experienced reps help first-time waterfowl buyers set realistic expectations before ordering?
Okay, a big part of customer support is honestly helping people slow down and think through their setup before they order. So experienced reps focus on setting realistic expectations because a lot of first-time waterfowl buyers assume they'll be similar to chickens, but there are key differences. So noise is one. Ducks and especially guinea fowl, they can be a much louder and more constant than people expect, which can be an issue in suburban areas. Space is another factor since waterfowl really do better with more room than people usually plan for. We also explained that they grow fast and their care needs change quickly, so you have to be ready for that adjustment. And maintenance is often higher than expected. Waterfowl are messy, especially around water. So most importantly, guinea fowls are ideal for every backyard due to their noise and roaming behavior. So the goal here is really to match customers with the right species for their property and lifestyle, not just the one they're most interested in.
Exactly. Sometimes the best support answer is helping someone realize a species may not fit their situation right now.
Okay, what are some seasonal ordering facts customers tend to miss with special poultry?
One thing we see every year is customers assuming special poultry stays available all as long as like our standard chicks do. So they all have a season. Gosling season usually ends earlier than people expect, often by late July. Guinea keets availability is concentrated around June through August. So just a very short window to get that order in, and those birds shipped out June through August. Customers wait too long assuming availability always stays open. So that's the misconception that we get a lot, thinking that they can maybe ship out all season long, but different poultry, they hatch in different seasons. Planning early helps match shipping timing and brooder prep. So seasonal hatch windows differ from standard chick availability. So just keep that in mind. I always tell people when you know what you want, it's a great time to call and place your pre-order so you get your foot in the door for those different types of poultry.
Yeah, and by the time they're ready to order, some of these seasonal windows are already closing. So hopefully this episode helps people understand that ducks, geese, and guinea fowl really need their own planning process.
Send it through the fan mail link in the description. We will answer it on one of our future episodes.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear what you're dealing with in your own flock.
Right. They can get great additions to the right setup, but it helps to go in with realistic expectations instead of treating them exactly like chicken.
And if you're thinking about ordering specialty poultry this season, take some time to look at your space, your goals, and the actual care difference before ordering.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Chickens Insight podcast. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
See you next episode.